welcome back to all my diamond painting pals. We are going to do something sort of the same, something sort of different to the last Organize With Me video. This is, where should I start? Okay. So all of the stuff that I had, all of the kits that I had, and all the bead diamonds that I had that needed to be organized at that time have been done. My drawers are a thing of beauty. What I did end up doing was that some of them, like a half a drawer of space, was not enough. So I put a note in that drawer saying, look for the extra drawer. And because I did have leftover drawers, there's extra drawers for some of the ones that I have lots of that one of. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of the extra drawers, but I will cross that bridge when my horse gets there. Okay, so what do I do when I get new kits in? And this question is particularly important at the moment because I received 8 kits yesterday. 7 were from one company and 1 was a resend from a previous order. So I will talk about that store another day. I have good things to say about it. This store is called Color Whisper. It had fabulous reviews and I'm super happy with it. They sent it DHL. I got it in like less than a week. I was pleased as punch. It's an AliExpress store. I'm not really reviewing the store, and I don't necessarily plan on doing unboxings necessarily on the channel, but one day I will just show you all of the paintings I have like in my stash. I'll figure out a way to do that where it's not like this huge thing in front of me, because I don't know, it's hard to see, so why do it, you know? That's just my opinion. I love watching them, I just don't feel like filming them. So what do I do when I get a new one in? So I did receive a new one. This one I am going to show you. See, I just backtrack all the time. That's okay though. This one is one of 2 where I did the paint by numbers, and now I have the diamond painting. And so I'm working on the first one. This is the second one of that type of thing that I bought and received, and so it's going to be fun to see like a paint by number versus a diamond painting by number. So I just thought that was going to be like fun. I wanted to see it, so I hope you want to see it too. The first one is coming along really nicely. I think it looks really good. I got the right size, which I was happy about. I tend to order big sizes because I'm just so afraid that the detail's not going to show up. Where I'm going to hang all of these, I don't know. How I'm going to store all these drills, I don't know. So, but what do I do when I get a new kit in, and how do I work it into the existing system? So the first thing that I do is, if it's not numbered down the side, which this one wasn't, the very first thing I do is I take a copy and I print them on sturdy cardstock, and I will tell you why another day when we do an Organize With Me. I mean, this isn't Organize With Me. When we do a set up a painting, because it's going to be so cool, and I've got tips in there for you already in the back of my head, and I think you will all be just as pleased as punch as I am. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I went by and numbered them, because that's the number that I'm going to circle if I'm missing that sample in my inventory of beautifully stuck diamonds. Right. Okay, so I remember now that I was going to go over this 806 thing. There's no 806 that I could find, because it says that 806 is going to be in my number 8 column. 806. Number 8 column. But when you go to number 8 column, no 806 is not there. Is no. If you can find it in your DMC chart, let me know. Tell me where it is, because I can't find it. So I just made my own. Super fancy, right? Yep. Okay. So because they're all outlined, if I have it, then I know. So if I go down here, this list, I just check through it. And if I don't have it, then I'll circle this number here because I don't want to mess up my pristineness over here. Okay, so we're going to do it together. Sorry, I'll talk through it if I can manage to do two things at once. Oh, see, 316, I don't have. So I circle number 4. 317, I can't even see what I'm doing. No. Okay. 317, 318, 321. I can't wait till I have all of them, and I know I have all of them. I don't have 356. Oh, I don't have 402. So many new numbers in this one. It's exciting. 445. I don't have that one. This is gonna be, oh, it's gonna fill up. I don't have 470. What are in these pictures? What's in this picture that I don't have so many of? Can't wait to see what colors they actually are. 518, check. 647. Yep. 722. Nope. 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 744. No. Holy crow. 745. 762. 824. Isn't this exciting so far? Aren't you so glad that you tuned in? But don't go away, okay? Don't like click off because I'm boring right now. I promise I'm going to get more interesting. And you are, my goodness, I can't believe how many are missing. And you are just doing your own thing over there, aren't you? Tell me what you're working on. I don't have 948. Oh, my goodness. I don't have 957. This is like crazy. 967 I don't have. I'm sure I have 977, right? Yes. 987, no. 3078. So what are you working on while you're watching? That's what I want you to comment below. Tell me what diamond painting you're working on, or if you're not working on a diamond painting, are you procrastinating something by watching YouTube, which is something I do a lot of. I don't have 3706. Are you washing the dishes while you have the phone propped up in front of your by your sink, which is also something that I do because I get lonely in the kitchen because my kitchen is very tiny, and so I kick my family out when I am cooking because they just take up too much space and they're underfoot, and also just go away, right? I mean, I love you very much, but go away. I'm making dinner for you people. I wouldn't even have dinner if it was up to me. Like, dinner is like not my big meal of the day. I mean, I don't have a big meal of the day. I don't know why I'm so heavy, but 3866 I don't have. Well. Okay, so that's a whole lot that we got to look out for. So now we're going to actually do the inventory, but I find doing inventories kind of like everyone fast forwards them, you know, but I'm not doing that because my inventory also includes, and excuse me, yeah, let's just get that over with. My inventory has to include cutting all these down for my system, my drawer system. So it just takes a long time, and there's a lot of like not counting. So I got my big scissors. Don't you love the sound of a good pair of scissors? So nice. Okay, and I need all of these things, and I need my pen, and okay, we are ready to rock and roll. And this we put aside for now. We'll come back to it later because I've got my reference right here. Right. Okay. And then the other thing that I want to do is just put out. I'm just putting this. It's just a box that I'm opening and using the lids as trays. I'm just putting this right over in front of me on that part of the desk so that I can carry these over to the drawers, which are in a different part of the room because I'm just like out of room in this room. Even though it's pretty big, I am actually out of room, which is kind of sad and not sad. It makes me so happy to have all my lovely things. Let's be honest. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed I have too many, or that I feel badly for having such a nice collection because I've been collecting my whole damn life. So start now. You'll have a big collection too. You'll see. And if you don't want a big collection, if you're not a stasher like I am, then don't. It's all good. We're all good people. We're all crafters here. So that I don't run out of anything to talk about and we get a little bit more acquainted with each other, Lorma sent me a list of tag questions. There's 27 of them. Some of them have more like length and answer than others. We'll see how many we can get through. I am quite verbose, so I don't know. And you see, like this one, you can tell it was double checked because see, look, it's got two, no you don't. It's got 2 check marks and someone put a -1 there. It's happened a few times and then they throw an extra one in. So like they really do quality control from Color Whisper. Okay, so the other thing that I do before I get to the tags, I like to know how many extra diamonds I have just in my head. I don't actually look back at this. Maybe I do. I haven't yet. We'll see. I just want to know, like, how many did they send extra for the places that tell you what you need and then they send bags. In my head, I just do the conversion and write it down next to it. So 1 bag is 200. I only needed 103. I got 200, so I just write 200 and I circle that one. And then I trim. Oh, and I wonder if anyone thought this because I was like, oh, I didn't mention. See, the 3866 is going to get mostly cut off when I trim. I just write it right on there with a big blue Sharpie. Does it have to be blue? No, it doesn't. I am flexible. Sort of, not really. And I have my little garbage can here. It's like one of those, like, I was smart, Alice. Woo! It's like a flexi one, but I don't have like the elastic that was attached to it anymore. I don't know what happened. So I just have to put my own elastic on when I'm not using it. Got it. Whee! Boom, da-da-bum, da-da-bum. Okay. Anyways, I'm not gonna put that right in the way, so I'll just use this as a trash collector. Okay, so any other housekeeping? Let me think. I do have a little bit of housekeeping. So many people have come over from Donnie's. Did I say this in the last one? Maybe not. But so many people have come over from Donnie's channel, Diamond Painting by Donnie, because she featured, no, I'm just going to put this in my tray. She featured my tip with the 38563 circle 600. I needed 530. They sent me 600. Yeah, she featured the tip with the drill pen, where you put the drill pen tip inside the silhouette pen, and it's a thing of beauty. It really is. Just a couple of notes about that. So yeah, it's really hard to get it in there at first. You can take the pointy side of the thing that comes stuffed in. I think I must have said this, but you take the pointy side of this, comes into the pen, right? You take the pointy side, you take the pointy side, and with this not in there, let me find one that does not have one. This one doesn't fit, that's why it doesn't have one, but you just shove it in there and you just make a little room. You know what I'm saying? And then you can put that in there. You get it started, and then I would take an extra credit card or whatever, an old one, and then you like jam it in there. So no, it's not a delicate process. You got to tell it who the boss, but it will work and you will be thrilled. Where am I? Okay. Anything else? So welcome all the new subscribers. I hope you are sticking around, having some fun, and yeah, and thank you to everyone who's commented about the baby story. And okay, I'm not like hurt about dislikes, because some people are just gonna dislike things, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody. Never have been, never will be. But I don't understand why someone would like give me a thumbs down on like the story of how my babies came to be, unless you're like totally anti in vitro fertilization, or you just think I'm annoying, maybe. But like, that's the only video I have dislikes on. So if you dislike that video, can you tell me why? not because I actually, I'm just like so curious, like why the story of how I had my kids, right? Doesn't that seem like a random place for people to be like, oh, I just like this so much, I'm actually gonna click the thumbs down button. I was just like, okay, okie dokie. Chicken poke. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, we're good. And I got 800 instead of 620. So anyways, yeah, there you go. There you go. But I get a lot more likes and I've gotten lots of subscribers. I'm over 200, which is a little baffling. My goal, 14 million and a half. That sounds like a really good goal. I watch some channels that do have like 1 million subscribers. Some of my nail doing channels, nail manicure channels. If they can get 1 million subscribers for people looking at nail tutorials, I mean, why can't we get 1 million subscribers for diamond painting, right? I mean, I'll branch out. You want me to do some nails? I'll do some nails. It's fine. I don't know how, but I'll figure it out. So, yeah. Oh, okay. I also wanted to talk about the fact that my name of my channel is my name. I said this before. It's because it's just my name. I keep changing what I do, and then I have to like rebrand, and yeah, it's annoying. I'm going to write on here 3354 because it's not super clear. So, yeah, but also, like, Abstract Crafter was saying, you know, she plans to branch out and do things that are not just diamond painting related, and I'm just warning you now, so will I, because I want this channel to be around for a long, long time, and people evolve and grow. And she was thinking, like, do I introduce new content now, or do I wait? I don't know the answer to that one. But what I will say is I'm just going to do what my heart feels like on the day that my heart feels like doing it. And if you want to come for the ride, oh my God, the more the merrier. So that would be really awesome, cool, delicious. Okay, see, this one I don't have, which means I need a new container. I'll be right back. One thing about me, I love my containers and I love my trays. I love them. I have a little stockpile of them over here next to my desk. So anytime I need one, I know exactly where to go to get one because I love them. This is from Michael's. They have some really cute ones. So the reason I'm putting 445 in here is because it's circled, which means I know I have to keep it aside to do the inventory, like the chart on. I only need one of them in here though. So I'll put that in there for the chart updating, and then this one I can just put away. So, what's up? Other updates, well, the kids started middle school yesterday, so that was quite exciting. This store must be like, oh, this painting, because I keep needing like just over the previous number, and then they have to give me 2 bags, which I appreciate. Thank you. Which is like why we have so many extra diamonds, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna do another, like, there'll be more information on how I feel about the mixing of the shades, because like one DMC coated drill may or may not be the same color as another same DMC numbered coated drill, but they're usually in the same family. So yes, I do mix them. Sometimes though I'm like, oh, that's very different. So I'll show you what I do when that comes along, and I will do a video on the combining of the drills because it's getting a lot of questions, and so I figure, okay, I might as well talk about it. See, this one I needed 428. They sent me an extra 162 of them. No, 172. I can do the math. Because I needed 428. This keeps happening to them. They must be like, this painting. Oh, who is this woman who ordered so many? It's me. It's me. So they both had a good first day. I love that Max's teacher sends home like a written report of what he did, because he's not gonna tell me. He just says it was good, and then I say, what did you do? Did you play any games? Yes. What game? I don't remember the name of it. How did it go? I don't remember. He's not very good at the why questions and the explanating. So I love that they have like each subject, and then underneath the subject they have like what they worked on. So in ELA, which is English and Language Arts, and sometimes I snip them and they come out. Well, this is the one I snipped. Yep, the danger is real, but that's okay. I can live with it. So yesterday they worked on reading comprehension. So underneath the ELA, for example, they'll have like different pictures of what they did. So was it reading? Was it reading comprehension? Was it spelling? Stuff like that. So they did that for each subject of the day. And then they told me he had to write down what he ate for lunch, which is always like the only thing he ever tells me, because he knows what he ate. And then the teacher writes a little note about their day, and then they can write a little note about their day too. And I was like, I love this, because now I also don't have Sarah at the same school at least telling me like what's going on. Like I won't know if there's an assembly. I won't know if there's a field trip. I just won't know, because he just doesn't tell me. I don't know how he thinks I find out about these things. I guess he's been relying on his sister. I'll just write 3706. So, and sometimes he'll come home and he'll talk about something that I have, and I don't know what he's referencing. I can't figure it out. And so Sarah would say, oh, yeah. He's talking about a field trip that we had last year. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Good to know. So thank goodness that these teachers are on the ball and have this communication folder that they send home, because and I hope they keep it up. Sometimes people start out strong and they kind of dwindle off. But if they keep that up, I'm going to be one happy mama. The other thing with Maxie is that he is taking the bus. Like I think I mentioned, his school is like downtown. It's far, and especially far with traffic. And I would never put him on like a regular old school bus, because that's just, where did I write the number if I didn't write it there? What happened? Did I write it on here? What am I doing? Where? Oh, I wrote it on there. Okay, I don't know. Yeah. 33706. And yeah, I'm using the cheapy bags that come with it, because, I don't know, they'll last long enough, won't they, just for this? And if not, I'll put them in another bag. I have good bags, but I want to keep my good bags for good things. Yes, so he's on the bus. It's the EC bus, Exceptional Children bus. And yesterday they were the first day of school, and he'd called me and warned me. He said, we have one child on the bus. We should be there at 7:55. Perfect. We should be there at 7:55, but I have a child to pick up just before you that is on the other side of town. And so we might be late that first day. And late he was, about an hour late. I think all the buses were late yesterday, because I got an auto call from the county apologizing about the bus service yesterday for not just special needs, but everybody. So it was, I mean, it's no big deal as long as you show up. And he did. And his name is Mr. Larry, and Miss Bell is his assistant, and they're really nice. And this morning he was right on time, and I almost wasn't. My eyes, I don't know, I set the alarm, and even though I went to bed pretty early for me, I'm a super night owl, but like 11, I mean early, 11 I was asleep. I didn't hear the alarm at 7:30. I heard it at 7:45. So I flew out of bed, and I'm like yelling, and he's still sleeping too, which is like unheard of. Did I mark that off? No. See? And did you notice that? 47, they gave me 600. Oh, here's the bag that I wrote a number on. Did you know that? Okay. Well, thanks for letting me know. Good gracious. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 38, 41, 6. They gave me 1,200, and I needed 1129. I won't say that every time, but I think it's interesting. Maybe you do too. So I was like yelling, Maxie, 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 Maxie. And he sleeps in our family room. We call it the kids' room. The family room on the main floor where my bedroom is, because he just hates being alone. And even though no one else sleeps in there with him, he goes to sleep earlier than anybody else. That boy is just tired by the end of the day. Like 8:30, 9 o'clock, he's out for the night. Never an issue of putting my kids to bed. It's always been really easy. Sarah just tells me when it's bedtime, because I'm a plater and I like hanging out with her. So I was like, really? You want to go to bed so early? Yeah, bad mom moment. And Maxie just falls asleep. So, but he was still asleep. And I'm yelling, Maxie, Maxie, wake up, wake up. And I'm running all around him, like getting his clothes ready and making his medicine in the morning. And I'm like, take your medicine, get dressed first, eat later, we can eat while we're waiting for the bus. And he's just like, Mom, what, please, can I just have my breath? I'm like, yeah, here. Wait, I needed a 3354. No, wait, oh my God, 3706, that goes there. 3354. Nope, I didn't need it. These 3 ones, I get confused all the time. I'm always getting them wrong. 3841, I don't need. Okay. I always misread them somehow. 3776. Oh man, 505. Oh no, it wasn't 405. Okay, so it's fine. I thought they had to give me like 200 extra. So like we were outside for, I think, he had enough time to eat his yogurt, and whatever else he was having, and then the bus came. So the bus was super on time today. It was just me that almost wasn't. And so he goes off to school. And what I like about that bus is that the EC bus picks you up from home directly at your door. There's no bus stop to go to. They have an assistant on the bus. There are only other special needs kids on the bus with them. So it's not like there's like kids to make fun of them or whatever. And yeah, it's door-to-door service, and there's very few kids on the bus, and it's really nice. And so that he's gonna do for this school, because they don't let siblings on the bus. So when they went to the same school, we tried the bus with him at one point because he was having a lot of behavioral issues, especially in the morning, and waking up really early. So he would be up and misbehaving and waking up the whole house. And it would just be like temper tantrums and a lot of drama for early in the morning is all I'm going to say. And so even though they went to the same school, Sarah could not get on the bus with him because it's only for special needs kids. So it seemed silly once he started behaving better that I would send him on the bus and then drive to the same school with my daughter later. And it was a lot later. Oh, they had so many kids to pick up after him. He was on the bus for like an hour to go 10 minutes. And I was like, that's crazy too. So he didn't take that bus for very long for the previous school. But this one, I think we're just going to have to do it. And he's not on the bus for very long because they pick him up at 7:55 and he starts school at 8:30. So he's really not on it any longer than he would be in the car. Wait, 3828. Did I circle that one? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1800. Perfect. So he gets on the bus, and then Sarah wakes up at 8. Well, she's up earlier because she likes to be ready, because she doesn't start school till 9. So I like that too. I don't like how it was always annoying. They get into arguments in the morning because they're siblings, and siblings don't get along all the time. So this way it's just a nice, calm, peaceful morning. I get Maxie off to school, then I come in, get Sarah up, get her situated. She has lots of time in the morning so she can wake up properly and, you know, have some breakfast and then get off to school for 9 o'clock. And then she doesn't finish till 4, which gives me a nice long work day. Because when they finished last year at like 2:20, I mean, I didn't get all that much work done before I had to like stop for the day, go pick her up, and then go pick him up a little bit later at Easter Seals. I mean, it was just a lot of running around in the middle of the day. Like 2:30 is the middle of the day. 4 o'clock, I could be finished for the day. I'm okay with that. Right now it is in the morning. I'm just kind of procrastinating my day without watching YouTube. I'm just making YouTube because I wanted to do this. Okay. And so day 1 was good for both of them, is what I was trying to say. Sarah's school is so packed small right now, though, because like I said, they're moving to a bigger building that they're building. Right now they have so many kids. She's like, Mom, there's not enough seats for everyone in each class. So first you spend the first 10 minutes trying to find chairs. There's no room to move in the hallways. But she's like, whatever. It's just, she's like got a good spirit about it, but it's just like kind of annoying for all the girls in their uniforms, which she's so adorable. Oh, yeah. So that is that for now. Oh, can you also leave a comment of what you make for dinner? Because I don't know what to make for dinner anymore. I'm out of ideas. Last night I made fajitas, which is a family favorite. It's like one of the only things I make where no one goes, oh, really? There's always a comment. And I'm like, yes, and if you don't like it, guess what? Don't eat it. Don't care. I mean, I care, but I don't care enough to make another meal. Go fend for yourself. You're 11. See you later. Bye. And if Maxie just doesn't eat it, like he doesn't tell me ahead of time, some stuff I know he's not going to eat. And yes, I make him something else because he's just my sweet little boy. But if he says, yeah, I'll eat that, and then doesn't, well, I'll make him something else. You're fine. You'll be okay. You snack all day anyways. Maybe that's why he's not eating it. No, that's not true. But no, I don't make 2 meals. Screw that. I don't have time for that. I don't want to do that. I hate making dinner as it is. Bane of my existence. And now I know what my mom was talking about all those years when she's like, ugh, making dinner again. Ugh, no one else does it. And whenever we do have takeout, I'm like, oh no, I'm not going to get it because I cook. You retrieve, I cook. That's the deal. So, and he's actually pretty nice about it. It's fine. What was I gonna say? Ooh, something else that I'm working on is I'm looking for a good cross stitch pattern because I have that adhesive that I ordered, the roll of adhesive from AliExpress, and I have some ideas that I want to do my own because why not try your own? So I'm going to be working on that, and I'll do another video for that. That's right. Right. I learned how to convert cross stitch patterns from a couple of channels. Stitcherista did a really good one, and then Lovecraft Forever also had one where she converted just a regular picture, not even a cross stitch pattern, but a regular picture into a cross stitch pattern, which you can turn into a diamond painting. So check out Lovecraft Forever for that, and Stitcherista for the regular cross stitch pattern conversion to a diamond painting pattern. That's right. That is awesome. So 3, 7, 4, 7, 3. And do I have this one? Yeah. Okay. All right. So tonight for dinner, what am I making? Oh yes. Okay. So I like to buy the marinated pork tenderloins. They're like the long things. They look like you know what they look like. They're like long and thin in a package. It looks just like a So I like to buy those, the marinated ones, and then I used to just put them in a pan and put them in the oven and bake them, but they would like be hit or miss, like juicy, not juicy, dry, not dry, not so great. But what I do now, and it's always delicious, everyone, we just eat it up, is I slice them into like little medallions, so little round discs, and I put them on the Foreman grill, and they are delish. And I told my mom about that, and she started doing it too, and she's like, oh my god, this is so good. So there you go. I've given you a thing to make for dinner, and now you 3354. I already circled that. 3354. I'll put these aside. They've done that before where they've just thrown in extras in the one kit I have so far. So we'll just put that aside for now. 3 10s, 45 bags. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Perfect. That's 4.5, no, that's, wait, 5 times 2 is 1,000. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,000. Ooh, it's cutting it close. That one's very close because there's 8,940 needed. And they only gave me 9,000. Thank goodness everyone else always is over generous with the 9/10s, with the 3/10s, because that's actually kind of surprising. Maybe they threw in an extra bag somewhere. You never know. We'll find out. So, yes, you give me recipes. I give you, not a recipe, but a thing to try. And, yeah. Okay, should we get into the tag? Because it's already 37 minutes of bullshit. Thank you so much. I mean, 37 minutes of nothing. So thank you for sticking around this long. And, yeah, let's get to the tags. What is your full name? Oh, that's a secret. I'm not going to tell you. Next. No, I'm kidding. My full name is Allison Nora Rosen, A-N-R, and it's Nora with an H, N-O-R-A-H, and what does your name mean? I don't know what it means. It means Allison Nora Rosen. What does it mean? I can tell you my name in Yiddish because I'm Jewish, so we all have a Jewish name, and it's Chana Nechama. Chana. What else can I tell you? Are you named after anyone? Well, all Jews are. I don't know if you knew that, but Jews do not name themselves after the living. So there's no like John Jr., Paul Jr., Junior, the third Junior, because you can't name people after the living because they still need their soul. I'm not religious, by the way. I'm Jewish by tradition, not by like super religion. So, and there's no religion talk on this channel, so we're gonna leave it at that. There's no religion, there's no politics. This is a free zone for us. So yes, we are named after people always. I can tell you who my kids were named after too, because I'm going to go off on lots of tangents. But I was named after my mom's grandma, Hannah, and my dad's something or other, Nechama. And why? Oh, there's another question about names, so I'll save that. But my kids were named after Sarah Emerson. She was named after my husband's grandma, Sarah, who I met before she died, and she was a lovely, lovely lady, and I was more than happy to name Sarah after her. And Emerson is after my great aunt Elka, and there'll be a question about her too. So the E, like you don't always use like the name, like Sarah's a direct name, but you can also just use like the first letter and give them like the same Hebrew name. So her Elka's Emerson, and her Hebrew name is Elka. So she's Sarah Shandel Elka, because she's adorable. And Maxwell Alexander, why I gave him names with X's in each of them, I don't know, but I did. Max is named after my grandma Marion, and Alexander is named after Jared's grandpa Eddie. So that's where they got their names from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, next question. If you had, how long have you been crafting? Ooh, long time. So, let's see. My mom is super crafty. She does like a lot of home deck projects. She was a cross stitcher when I was a kid. She did a lot of needlework stuff. She's made lots of quilts and knitting projects. She's like an all-around crafty lady. And so I got a lot of it from her when I was a kid. And I remember I had a little sale. You know, kids make lemonade stands. I made a craft stand at the bottom of my driveway with all the pom-pom animals that I made by sticking felt to the bottom for feet and googly eyes on, and sold them for 10 cents each. And the name of my store was Rocky's Rainbow, because I loved the movie Rocky. And I have this big poster board that I colored a rainbow on, and wrote Rocky's Rainbow on it, and stuck it on front of the card table, and sat down at the bottom of my driveway. And all my neighbors came by, like the parents, because they had pity on me, came by and bought my little googly eye felty pom-pom things, which I had so much fun doing that. I had Rocky's Rainbow. And then from there, I would just tell my mom, oh, Mom, you know what I think I want to do? I want to make Ukrainian Easter eggs. And she'd be like, well, Allie, I don't really know where to find that type of thing. And I'd be like, oh, yeah, no, I already looked it up. Where did I look this up? There was no internet. I don't know how I found this stuff out. But I was like, oh, no, I found it. There's a place on St. Lawrence downtown, and they sell all the supplies, which was, like, it's a big to-do to do Ukrainian Easter eggs. The way that I'll show you what one looks like in case it's not one that I made. Hang on. I'm okay. They're not like the ones that I made, but they did come from Ukraine, because I went to Ukraine with my husband when he was doing his research. So these are Ukrainian Easter eggs. And the way that they're done is, so here the base color is blue. So anything that they didn't want to have blue on, these are painted, they're not like traditionally done. But anything they didn't want blue on, they would put, or did they do it the other way around? I don't remember, but you put wax where you don't want the color, and then you dip it in the dye, and then it comes out, and you take off the one, then you take that off, and you just keep adding and removing wax. And the wax is like in this, it looks like a funnel, like a little funnel thing on the end of a stick, and you put the wax pellets in there, and then you heat it up over a flame, and then you just kind of like, it comes out the funnel, and you just kind of draw on your egg with it. And so I had like open flames, wax, funnels, and raw eggs, because there was no such thing as styrofoam eggs when I was a kid, or wooden eggs that you could find easily. And so, yep, we made Ukrainian Easter eggs. What else? Just like all around crafty. I did all the cross stitching. I did sewing. I'm been a crafty girl my whole life. It's part of my DNA. It's just who I am. I think it helps me in a lot of areas of my life because crafting is really problem solving. You just come up, you're trying to make something with your hands. You're trying to get from point A to point B, which is something in your head. And you're just like, well, how do if I need a wheel on this, like I didn't make it. My daughter made a miniature version of a wheelchair for her science project because she was altruistic and thought that if she could make a wheelchair out of recycled products, then people who didn't have access to medical equipment in parts of the world where there's no access, then they could do the same thing and have access. So if she could figure out how to build one from recycled materials that are readily available, then they could too. Now, is it in theory, great idea? Yes. In practice, probably not going to happen. I don't think that thing would have supported a person. It was like a little replica thing. And so, but we needed the wheels on the front. So the back wheels are big and stationary, right? They don't go like this or this. The wheels on the front need to be stationary and turn. And they needed them to roll in unison. So to build that, to put that together, she and I were just like cutting things up, putting them back together, doing jewelry wiring and using like every single bit of whatever we had in this craft room to come up with it. And we did. And she let her partner keep the wheelchair and she just kept like the stupid poster board. I'm like, why? What? Anyways, I don't have the wheelchair anymore. I'm very sad about it. But it was her choice. It was her project, apparently. She did very well. She went to the city finals, but not the state finals. So, it's about problem solving. Crafting is problem solving. All the charms that I make, I came up with the process totally on my own. And so that was just a big puzzle. Big, huge puzzle that I was trial and error and figuring it out. And I just love that part of crafting. And like I was saying, it does hold over into different parts of your life because, anytime there's furniture to be built or anytime I have to think in 3D, you have to picture how something's going to go together. Oh my God, I'm so much better at it because I'm a crafter than I would be if I never used that part of my brain. My husband is not a crafter, and he can't build IKEA furniture to save his life. So, point final. There you go. So yes, been a crafter my entire life. Next, what made you start a YouTube channel? I've talked about that a little bit, but mostly I really just wanted a channel so badly. And then I felt like the diamond painting community was a really sweet one that I wanted to be a part of. I felt that there was room for a new channel. It's still a growing hobby. There'll be a lot of channels coming up, I'm sure. The ones that people like will stick around. The ones that people aren't into will fade. And that's the way it is with every endeavor. And so I hope I'm not a fader. I hope you guys like me enough to stay and play with me. But like I was saying, it's a new, it's not new, but it's relatively a new medium. And so I just felt like, there's probably room, and people are searching for it right now. So people are seeking out the content on YouTube. I'm seeking out the content. And so I just thought, that'd probably be a really good place to start. And I'm passionate about it. I like doing it. See, I don't have a 922, so I put one of them aside in my update the thing tray, and the other one goes for filing. And you'll see, like, I barely cut through any. I've cut through one bag so far. You guys are making this go by so much faster. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Whew, 600. See, this one they gave me a bunch extra because I only needed 424. If you had to change your first name, what would you change it to? and it's not my first name I would change. I will say when I was little, I didn't like my name because there was no other Allisons. I didn't know another Allison growing up, and now it seems to be a very common name, but when I was growing up, I didn't know anyone else, and I was like, why? It's weird. Oh, and I need an 894. So, but my middle name, Nora. So the 76 Olympics were in Montreal, and that was the year that Nadia Comaneci flew onto the scene of gymnastics and scored perfect tens, which was unheard of. And I was only 5, but oh my God, did I love Nadia Comaneci. And it turned out that I'm named after someone named Nadia. I was like, why couldn't you just call me Nadia? What? And my mother was like, well, you see, she had a very thick accent, and so it didn't come out Nadia, it came out Nidja. And she said, I did not want to name my daughter Nidja. And I was like, but still, I could have been Nadia. She's like, no, you were not going to be a Nidja. So there you go. If I could have changed my name, it would have been to Nadia, after Nadia Comaneci. Oh, gymnastics. Isn't that a sport that every girl wishes they were good at? Yes, I think it is. Okay, next question. Where are you from? And also, where are you born? I was born and I'm from Montreal, Canada. I lived there my whole life until I was 30. And then I moved away with my husband after we got married. Since then, I've lived in California, Ohio, and now North Carolina. Montreal is a great city. It's a beautiful city. It's got lots of history to it. It's a port city, so all the port cities have a lot of history to it because that's where all the goods came into. And did I cut that one open? No. And it's just got a lot of character. Although I will say, after living in California, it's flat. California is anything but, and Montreal is like flat. And it has a lot of traffic these days. Because there's a lot of people and not great highways, and there's always construction going on, and I need one of those, so I put it aside. I can't really read this very well. That's fine. So, yeah, I grew up in Montreal, so I am Canadian. My husband is also Canadian, and as my mother puts it, you met a nice Jewish boy from Montreal and you're moving where? Yeah, because before we were even married a year, we had moved like across the country together and started our little life. Would I move back home? No. And I'll tell you why. And how am I living in the States? We have green cards. It took a really long time to get. You have to have the right kind of job that sponsors you for a green card. For the longest time, I was just on work visas. And then when my husband got a full-time gig as a professor, we were eligible for the green cards. So we applied and we got them, and now that's what we have. And we'll be applying for citizenship as soon as we are eligible. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's that. My kids were born in California, so they are American, but they could have Canadian. They do have Canadian citizenship too. They just don't have the documents in hand at this point. Where did you grow up? Montreal. Who did you look like growing up? Oh, my mother. 100%. My mother, my grandmother, my aunts, we all have the same face, the same body, the same genes. Not like Jordache genes or anything, but like, genetics. Yeah, definitely look like my mom. I look like my mom. My sister looks like my dad. There's no question. We don't look anything like each other. He's like dark, my mom's blonde. So, Yeah. Totally look like my mom. Now Sarah looks like both of us, and Maxie looks like me. There's no question that I am that boy's mama. And Sarah depends. Oh, I have to put the 169s on these because look, I cut them all off. Am I even in frame? Yeah, I'm in frame. Okay. So Sarah looks like both of us. Yep. Okay. What are your best characteristics? My best characteristics. Are we talking about like physical characteristics or like who I am as a person? Much more comfortable doing who I am as a person than physical because I'm not happy with what's happening at the moment. Like I said, not aging as gracefully as I would like. So characteristic wise, I think I'm generous, funny, kind, not always super kind, but I try to be kind. I try to be thoughtful. Like I try to be the type of person that feels like aware of my surroundings, so like I know if I'm in someone's way or if like someone's waiting on something and I'm taking too much time. Yeah, I try to be like just aware of my fellow humans so that I don't have the guilt, because I hate the guilt. The Canadian sorry, it's a real thing, and then the Jewish guilt. I mean, I'm riddled. So I think that I think I'm smart. I think I'm pretty bright. What else are my good characteristics? I can organize a craft room like nobody's business, but I don't have my life organized. That would be way too good. What else? I don't know. I speak clearly. Oy. Okay, next. Oh, what are your best characteristics and what are your favorite things about yourself? Well, one of my favorite things about myself actually is that I'm not uptight. If anything, I'm a little bit too relaxed. But yeah, I don't worry about things. I just figure, you know what, it's all going to work out because it always does. It may not work out great, but it works out. So I just don't really worry about things too much. It drives my husband crazy because he's a worrier. He's like, I have to drink. Hang on. I'm drinking straight vodka today. No, I'm not. I'm drinking Kool-Aid. Not that Kool-Aid. Just Kool-Aid. I love the squirty Kool-Aid stuff that you put in water. And I have my mug. This is one thing about me. I have this mug. It's a huge mason jar mug that's like insulated. And it's always with me. I mean, I travel with it. I've taken it to Florida. I've taken it to Montreal. Whenever I leave a room, my phone and my mug go with me. It's just the way it is. Constantly thirsty, constantly drinking my Kool-Aid water. What was it? Yeah, so my husband's like kind of like, oh my God, we have to take care of that immediately. Right now. I'm like, chill your horses there, mister. Like, isn't that due in like 35 days? Tell me on day 34. Which drives him, whoa, batshit crazy. And I used to be, see, okay, there is definitely life pre-children and post-children. Because pre-children, I never forgot anything. I was always on time. My homework was done like 3 weeks in advance. As soon as they told me about the assignment, I was working on it. I read ahead for everything, for each class that I was in. I was very, very organized and smart and on the ball. And if you needed something done, you asked Allison to do it because she was going to get it done. It was no question. Then I got pregnant and had kids. Can't remember a damn thing. I forget everything all the time. I have to take notes on things that I do if I need to remember them later. Like, literally, I take notes on what I'm doing. Because I'm like, well, where was I? Oh, yeah. I forget as soon as you tell, like, if you say, oh, you need to bring this form in for school, I put it in my purse and I forget about it immediately. Yeah, I don't know. My brain, I gave birth to my kids, and my brain, I don't have one anymore. I don't know what happened. And I kind of miss that person because I liked being on top of things. But now, I guess my best characteristic is that I'm the opposite. I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty relaxed. I don't get too uptight. I don't yell at my kids very often. I'm just like, oh, well, it be what it be. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Maybe I need to be a little bit more uptight about things. Like, I guess it's a double-edged sword sometimes. In terms of, like, keeping the house running and, like, yeah, I forget to do some things that are important. And then my husband gets, like, what's the matter with you? How could you forget that? I'm like, I don't know. I just did. What can I tell you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yippers. Okay, moving on. Which of your parents are you closest to? I would have to say my mom. When I was growing up, I would definitely say my mom. And still, I'm very close with both of my parents. My dad is like kind of, he's hilarious and he's awesome and he's so good. He's just so good. I should have married my dad, as they say. Not that my husband is bad, but there's certain characteristics that my dad has, like being able to build IKEA furniture that my husband does not have. And so, okay, you know what? I'm going to go back to that point I was making a minute ago about forgetting things. Excuse that out of me. But I have to remember everything for the family. I have to remember everything for both kids, for myself, for my business, for the house, for dinner, for the car, for the bills. I'm in charge of all the finances. I do all the taxes. I'm an accountant, so it makes sense. But I do all the groceries. I do all the forms for school. I do all the after school stuff. I do all the camps. I do all of it. And so excuse me if I forget something. All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox about that now because yes. All right. Now, am I more like my mother or my father? I was closest to my mom growing up. Now I'm still very close with my mom, but I really dig my dad too. I mean, I just love them both. My dad's not really like a hugger and a cuddler kind of guy, but my mom is, and I am too. And you know what's really cute? Sarah spends about a month every summer in Montreal with her 2 sets of grandparents and uncles and aunts and cousins, because like I said, both of our families, my husband and I, are from Montreal, so that's where everybody is still. No one else really moved away. I mean, some did, but for the most part, that's where they are. And so it's really great for Sarah because in the summer she'll go there. She left here June 21st, and we were, and logistically, the logistics aren't important, but she got back to Wilmington on the 27th. And I didn't see her she left on the 21st of June. I did not see her until July 19th. Oh, Yeah, I think I was in a depression all summer. I swear. Oh, I miss that kid. She's my buddy. And she was gone. And I miss her so much. But I'm getting somewhere. And so like I said, and she's a super cuddler and I'm a super cuddler. And we just love to cuddle. And we were both saying, like, who are we going to cuddle with when the other one's gone? Because Maxie, you know, he's got autism. So he's not like a super cuddler. He loves the thought of cuddling, and he'll come and he'll hug, and he wants me to sit with him, and he's very affectionate. But he's not going to, like, hold on, like, tight for a long time. He's going to be like, done. I had to teach him how to hug better, though, while Sarah was gone, because I was kind of jonesing. And my husband's not, like, a super cuddler either. So, I was like, who are you going to get to cuddle with you? I was like, well, Bubby's pretty good at, I think that's another question. I was like, well, my mom's pretty good at cuddling. So, you know, you could ask her. But my mom's kind of gotten, like, a little bit grumpy as she gotten older. Is that the right word? Maybe a little more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Judgmental? Maybe? Not necessarily, like, only about certain things. Like, she would never be like, oh, you need to lose weight. She would never say that to anybody. Everyone thinks that to themselves sometimes, but she would never, not like in that way, but just like I know she would poo-poo diamond painting. Like, I just know she would. She'd be like, lovely. Yeah, I don't know. She's not as open-minded as I am, I would say. I'm making her sound bad. She's awesome. I take it all back. But you know what? It turns out I was surprised. She's like, you know what? Your dad is the best hugger here. I was like, really? And I told my dad that, and he was like, really? And I said, yeah, she just totally digs you. And he's like, I dig her too. And I just think it's so fabulous that, like, you know, he loves his little granddaughter and grandson, but she was there for a month and he wasn't. And so I just think it's amazing that they just get along so well. And she, like, oh, I need a 470. And she just makes him hug. Like, there's no question. Yeah, you're going to hug me. Come on. So it's adorable. Okay, next one. How long are we now? Ooh, 1 hour and 7 minutes. Should I keep going? I'll keep going a little bit, but then I think I'm going to cut it off, finish this one up, and then I'll come back and just start recording again and just put them out as 2 different episodes. Not too far apart from each other, but I don't want to have super long videos because not everyone likes that. Oh, can I tell you a trick? Off the tag. When I watch YouTube, I never, ever, ever watch it regular speed. I always watch at least 2.5 times. And the way I do that, and I worked up to it. Like, I went to like 1.2, 1.3. Then I'm like, now I'm like, I can totally understand everything someone's saying at 2.5 to 3 times the speed. And there's a Chrome extension that will speed up the video for you, and it works on Facebook and YouTube and like even Netflix. You can do it. I don't do it on regular TV shows, just YouTube stuff. And it just lets me get through more content in less time, because I like to watch a lot of things, but I don't like to sit there forever unless I'm doing this, you know. So I totally recommend speeding up your videos and just start slow, like and I'll try to remember the name of the app that I use. It's only good on Chrome though, which is unfortunate, and it doesn't work on the app, the YouTube app. But the YouTube app for the longest time did not have a playback speed button to change it, but now they do. If you go to the 3 dots, the dot extension thing, like it's always like the etc button, dot, in there they've got playback speed, and I'll always change it to like 2, but start at like 1.5, and you'll just totally start understanding what everyone is saying. What's really funny though, so there's a crafter, famous, she's in the biz, Amy Tangerine, and I met her at Craftcation, which is a crafting retreat for business owners, and I met her there, and I'm a fan of hers. I love her vlogs and her YouTube channel, and so when I met her, I said, oh my God, you actually don't sound anything like I thought you sounded like, because I always watch you in double speed. And she's like, wow, what? I was like, yeah, I watch everything in like double or triple speed because I don't have that much time. And she's like, what a great idea. And it was just so funny because I was like, oh, wait, is that what you actually sound like when you're just talking? So that was kind of funny. Yeah, so that's my big tip, is to watch me in double speed, because then I'm only like half an hour out of your life instead of an hour. So I think I'm going to leave it there. So until next time, and this is what I've decided. So I'm going to open my channel with hello and welcome back to my Diamond Painting Pals, because that's how I sort of started my podcast, because it's kind of in me. And then Donnie was saying like I could sign off with like, so until next time, don't forget to say within the 1/4 centimeter, because the drills are 1/4 centimeter. And I thought, that's very smart, Donnie. I like that. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it up. I'm going to try to be like spur of the moment and witty. We'll see if that works. But until next time, don't forget to sortinize your diamonds.